3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Hey, welcome back to TTMTrades, man. Today I just wanted to do a end of week recap on some of the plays that we called out in our Discord chat room, and just kind of go over the thought process and just kind of look back on them and reflect on them, and just kind of go over the overall market. If you do not know who I am TTMTrades. I have not recorded in a minute. For all my followers who are still rocking with me, I deeply appreciate it. And just before we jump into this, I want you all to know I relaunched my Discord chat room, and it's more of an interactive type chat room now, to where we have a market paper trading simulated room for all the new traders, where we go and we can trade together. I had a lot of people who always wanted me to show them my account and all my different trades, and I didn't want new traders to really get caught up in the amount of money I was making, because trading, yes, the money is a fun, great thing, but just keep in mind that you really want to focus on your trading and creating good trading habits. So I started in Investopedia game. So for those of you who want to join, that's the name of it, TTMTrades. And right now we currently have 12 members and more people joining, to where we are keeping up with our rankings and kind of going through all of our trades. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So going to the market simulator, looking at some of our past call outs, we talked about ticker MAG back on December 27th. So just some of the things we said, was looking at the daily chart. It was a consolidation pattern. We wanted to make an entry right around 718 with our initial stop loss right around $6.98. That would account for a 3% loss on the account. We wanted to aim for a price target at $8.40, which would give us about a 16-17% gain. The risk to reward ratio on that would be a 1-to-5 risk to reward, so that's a pretty good trade. And as far as my position sizing, I was looking to aim around 693 shares, somewhere right in that range. So with that being said, if we go back and we look at my trade history, back on December 27th, we actually got in MAG right around about 693 shares as called. And then as you can see, I was messing around with the simulator and I bought it at 693, but then I ended up selling it the exact same day. I bought in at 718. I ended up selling it right at $7.24. I accidentally put the wrong sell limit on there, playing around with the simulator. So again, we jumped back in the next day, 690 shares, this time right around $7.23 back on December 28th. So let's actually pull up the chart. So looking back on December 28th, we kind of seen this breakout as it began to push up right up against that upper Bollinger Band. We had some nice momentum. As you can see, the RSI is holding above both its moving averages, and we then had that nice crossover to show that there was some nice momentum behind that. And now what we wanted to do was we wanted to try to enter right around in this buy zone between the middle BB and right above the one standard Bollinger Band right here. So that's why we aimed for right around $7.18. So as you can see, got in right around 718. Finally, it began to break out and began pushing up right into that $8 range. Now, I did sell today right around what did I sell today at? I sold today right around $7.96. As you can see here, MAG $7.94. I sold today for a nice profit. So had a nice run. We'll zoom in on the 2-hour chart. Anytime I see a chart beginning to set up on a daily, I always zoom in on a smaller time frame to try to make as much of an accurate entry as possible. So as you can see here again, December 28th, right in this area, we saw a push up into that top Bollinger Band, breaking a new high. We wanted to wait on that pullback to right around that $7.18. Am I saying? Yeah, $7.18. We want to wait for that pullback, and we got in as it pulled back, as you can see right in this area to the low right around 714. As we entered, it finally broke out, and now it's starting to trend upwards. Now our actual price target on this one was $8.40. So as it began to trend on that 2-hour chart, I wanted to go up to the daily, and I was looking at the 150 period moving average as the price target to try to hit. So as you can see, the volume is holding steady, and the candlesticks are staying full for the most part, not showing a lot of selling action. So that $8.40 is still definitely intact for a push, but I would definitely set that as a price target if you are still holding on to ticker MAG. Now moving on, we also talked about meat back on December 27th. We said we want to get in right around 392, set a 3% stop loss right around 381. And our price target was $4.76 for about a 21% gain. And that left us with a risk to reward ratio of about a 1-to-7. My position size again was 1,272 shares, which was about a 50% position size on that. So let's go back and look at meat on December 27th. So looking at meat again, here we'll zoom in, go to the 2-hour chart. So looking at meat, begin seeing this breakout here, and then this is where we want to try to make our entry again right around 392. Now as it began to pull back, it never hit that $3.92. I did not jump on ticker MEET, but as it did pull back, it pulled down to a low of about $4.09, and then it finally had a gap up and a nice run on its price action, and it actually pushed up into our price target of $4.76 for that 21% gain. And as you can see on the 2-hour chart, it's holding the momentum, but it's beginning to fade off. So I would just keep an eye on ticker meat for a possible pullback here soon. Looking at the weekly, zooming out, we was aiming for that one standard deviation Bollinger Band sitting right here, right at $4.81. It already hit our profit target. Now there's the potential that it could push up to 525, right where these old highs are at, before it begins to lose some steam and begins to pull back. So we'll definitely keep an eye on ticker MEET, but that's definitely two calls that were definitely good thus far this week. Now ticker VIPS, again we wanted to make a entry right around $5.26, set a stop loss at about $5.06 for about a 4% loss. We went up an extra percent due to the possible breakout of this play. We took a little bit more risk on this one, with a price target right around $7 for a 33% gain. So risk to reward, that's about a 1-to-8 risk to reward ratio. And again, we took another 50% position size on this one with about 956 shares. All right, so looking at this one, VIPS. Call made back on December 28th. So as you can see, VIPS was on this nice downtrend, and now it's beginning to show that it's trying to build some type of basis right in about that $5.10 range to that $6 range, where the price action is kind of bouncing up and down. Now, as you can see, the Bollinger Bands are beginning to constrict to show that the volatility is very low and that there's a lot of consolidation. So sooner or later there will be a breakout to the upside and or the downside. Now my biggest thing that I keep an eye on, I feel like the bulls are coming in and the breakout will be to the upside. As you can see, our on balance volume, that 10 period has crossed over that 30 period moving average to show that the buying volume is a little bit stronger than the actual sell volume, and that RSI is holding above 40, which is the particular bull zone for the bulls. So come in and you look, that RSI is holding above that 40 zone, okay, to show that there's some pretty good momentum behind it. So I would definitely keep an eye on this one heading into next week. I think myself, I just tried to enter this one before the market closed on my simulated account. Again, we want to make that entry right around 526 around December 28th. And December 28th, you see it It actually ran up to 580, and then as it began to pull back into that 516 range, this was a good time to make that entry right around 526. I began waiting for that breakout as it consolidates for the week. So again, myself, I'm waiting on this one to pull back to possibly 565 is where I'm trying to make my entry on my simulated account right now. Let me see. Yeah, so I got an entry right around 565. I'm waiting on it to pull back. Well, of course, going into next week, but right now sitting at 567. So I was unable to get in today before the market closed. But I'm going to aim for that 565 to possibly hope for the breakout on the daily chart, and possibly aim for that 743 as a price target, right where that 150-day moving average is at. But we have the price target right around $7 for a 33% gain, because there's no need to get greedy on this one. So definitely keep an eye on this one. As you can see on the weekly chart, again, a lot of strong downtrend, and now it's beginning to form a base for a potential breakout here to the upside, right around that $7 to $7.15 range. So we'll definitely keep an eye on VIPS. All right, moving on, TVIX. So on TVIX, the volatility index, back on December 28th, this one was a definite short play. We've been watching this one in the overall market. We've been watching TVIX since October 5th. I said, hey, coach, your boy, this day, October 5th, TVIX is the move in the coming weeks. And TVIX, since that post, has jumped a little more than 120%. It actually jumped way higher, all the way up to, let's just say, give or take, $80 to $86. So a way more than 120% jump since the initial call out back on October 5th. So now that TVIX has had its run, now we're looking to take a short position on it, as we was talking about back on January 1st and also on December 28th. So the thing is, we wanted to enter TVIX, a short play. As you can see here, we want to get in right around 73.18, and then put a stop loss right around $75.42. Again, 3% stop loss, and try to ride this thing down to $55 for a 25% gain. Risk to reward ratio on that one was about a 1-to-8. Which is pretty good. You always want to try to keep a 1-to-3 or better on your risk to reward ratio before you take a trade. And we took about a 75% position size on this one with 207 shares. Now, I was actually able to get in at 73.18. Again, playing around with this simulator, trying to adjust and get used to it. If you look at my trade history, I took multiple short positions using margin, and I wasn't even paying attention. But again, I put in for our price, our entry point of 73.18, and then I got in on the 31st at 73.12. I didn't think my order executed because it wasn't popping up, so I put it in again, this time at $72, trying to catch it. I got in at 72.43. Again, it did not pop up, so then I put in another order at $74 to try to get in. I got in at $74.01 even. So I put in 3 different positions for a total of $15,000, which I did not mean to do. I did not realize that I'm thinking the short positions will pop up right here, but actually they come up down here. So I was putting in so many orders. I put in 3 orders and did not mean to do that. So I took a much bigger position size on that than I wanted to. But with that being said, on December 28th, we was able to get in TVIX as planned, even though I took a way bigger position size than I wanted to. And as you can see here, around December 28th, we made the entry right, I believe, right on this ticker, right in here at the lows. And then it actually dropped down. Now, you know, my initial stop was right at $75.42. So when it had the gap up on this day, it did not trigger my cover on that short position and began running down. Now, when it came all the way down to $66, I was up approximately 13% on my account. That put me right around, no, 16%. That put me right around $1,600. Now I was going to cash out, but I wanted to let my winner continue to run, and just based off that candlestick for the day, I was pretty sure that this downtrend was going to continue. Looking at the RSI below its 10 and 30 period moving average, and looking at the copy curve, seeing that it had already crossed over. But what happened the following day was something dealing with Apple. I really don't follow the fundamental news, which caused the S&P 500 to drop, which caused TVIX to have a nice little bounce. And as you can see, it hit that 75.64 with my stop loss being right at 75.42, and it triggered my stop loss, and it made me cover my shares. As you can see here, 207 shares covered at 75.46, which I took. How much did I lose on that trade? Let me bring over my on that TVIX trade. I lost, as you can see here, $452 when that spike happened and made me cover it. Now the ugly thing about that is the following day, well today, it continued that downtrend that we foresaw, which would have even put me up way more, with our target being $55. And you see it's heading directly down to our target. So me knowing that this downtrend is going to continue on TVIX, and knowing that $55 is possibly in play and may even continue down to that $44 range, depending on how hard the S&P 500 decides to have run and have that dead cat bounce, I took another short position in it today, much smaller position than that 207 shares. I took 72 shares with a short position of 62.95. So right now I'm currently up about $115, seeing that the current price is down to 61.35, and we still have that price target of about $55. Now once it hits that $55, I'm going to lock in my profit this time and watch for a potential bounce. If there's no potential bounce and the S&P 500 still looks like it wants to run, then I'll take another short position and continue to ride this back down to that $42 to $44 range. But overall this week, man, some great call outs. Ticker MAG running from the initial call out. Like we said, it's currently at $8. We had that $8.40 as our profit target, so we'll continue to watch that one next week. Ticker MEAT actually hit our profit target of $4.76, as it currently sits at right around 486. See, as you can see here, originally profit target is 476, and that's what we was aiming for. And ticker VIP, which is still consolidating, as I've shown you. We're going to continue to wait on that breakout. And then even TVIX on the short play, when we initially called it on December 28th, we looked at these three candlesticks and we could see that it was peaking out for a possible short position back when it was at 76.80, and now you can currently see it's at 61.35. So just some great call outs. Again, the Discord chat room, I'm gonna have the link down at the bottom for those who would like to join. Now, it's not one of those chat rooms where you could just join and sit around. You do have to actively participate. If you join the chat room, then you would just sit in the general information for lobbies right here, and you won't have access to anything else, such as the elite members section, the live trading floor, where we actually make live trades dealing with money in our accounts. But if you do make a Investopedia paper trading simulator account and you do join our game, then you will be granted access to the market simulator server and chat room, where everyone is currently trading their simulated accounts and practicing good trading habits and building their accounts. So definitely, man, give it a shot. Work with other traders. You trade risk-free. These are the game rules. If you need to, pause your screen and read them. But definitely a chance for you to work together with myself and other traders and practice good trading habits. But again, man, it was good. A good week. I should have took profit on TVIX when I had the opportunity. Here's my current trade log. As you can see, I log all my trades. Those 3 short positions I took by accident, and you can see here when my stop loss was hit, I took a $452 hit on the account, and then I sold ticker MAG for $479 to cover that 2% loss. But if you notice, me over position sizing on TVIX, I only took a 3% hit on my account, right, for $452, and that's pretty big for 3%. But since I took such a big position size, I had to actually make a 9% gain 3 times this hit just to break even. So definitely be careful with your position sizing when you're trading your stocks. That is something you should definitely practice on, and definitely something you can join our Discord and get used to working on. Okay. But again, TTMTrades, man, it was great recording once again. It's been so long. Join the Discord chat room. The link will be down in the bottom. Follow me on StockTwits if you have a StockTwits account. Up to 2,900 followers. We're trying to get that 3K and keep working our way up. Again, TTMTrades. Till next time, I'm out.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.